Okay, hey guys. Once again, I have this tendency that when I try to schedule the live ones, that I mess up the camera every single time, no matter what. And this time I thought, and then it froze, and I didn't. So, we are going to do the first experiment now. I've shifted the setup a little bit, but we're going to do our active yeast with the 3% solution. We got some blue food coloring in there, and I'm going to zoom in. On our setup so we can see. Addison says cliffhanger of the century. 100% true. Very much unplanned. Okay, so I'm gonna get this going. I have the active yeast, and I'm gonna pour it in the hydrogen peroxide. And so this one's not quite as explosive and sudden as the rest of them, I would say. You can see it's going slowly. I probably didn't put the yeast in. I put the yeast and mixed it with the water a while ago, and it had stopped bubbling, so it wasn't exactly fresh, I would say. But it's slowly filling up with bubbles there. It's gonna open, and it's almost to the top, and slowly, it's almost we should fast motion this. This one's anticlimactic for the cliffhanger that I left you guys on. But we got some foaming happening now. Good stuff, all that. While I get our next one set up, I'm gonna let this just chill there. Okay. So there we go. I think we can get me and all that in it. Okay. So I'm back here. If I sit all the way down, I can get. So we have another 3% solution that we're going to use, but this time instead of using the yeast, I'm going to be using a chemical, a salt, which is an ionic compound. Some of my students, you guys know, we've been learning about those. So potassium iodide is what this is, potassium iodide. And potassium iodide has one potassium and one iodine, and the potassium has given its electron to the iodine. So potassium has +1 charge, iodine has a -1 charge. And I think you can do this with sodium iodine as well. But this guy is going to react with the hydrogen peroxide in a similar way. Kendra, could you throw me the tablespoon that's up there? Thank you. So we need about a tablespoon of this, and then I have a 3% hydrogen peroxide solution for us to get going. Just realized I don't have my gloves on. And so before I get the more concentrated stuff, I'm going to need to go get my gloves. They're in my office if you want to go grab them. We got the tarp out for a reason, so we'll get going. Okay. So I have my 3% solution. Let's pick a different color this time. We'll go with green this time. Okay. We've got green. We've got our dish soap. A squirt goes in there. And we are ready. I'll go ahead and put these on before I get them. Okay. Can you zoom in on it? You have to adjust it down. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Okay. So we got our tablespoon of potassium iodine, and here we go. So still pretty slowly. Not quite as sudden. It's going to do its thing. And in the meantime, while that's doing its thing, I am going to get our other stuff going. Okay. So we have a 6% solution. So what I bought was concentrated hydrogen peroxide, and that is 12%. You can see we got it almost going up like that. It's almost out of the Erlenmeyer flask. So I diluted the 12% by 50%. So I used half of the chemical solution and then half water. And so that's what we have with our 6% solution here. So we'll pick a different one. I'll use yellow this time. Yellow food coloring this time. Just kind of orangish colored. It's pretty concentrated. And then we'll see what the blue dish soap does to it. Okay.
It looks like egg yolk.
So I got pretty, yeah, it does look like egg yolk. Oh, so we got this coming out now. And let's do this one right next to it. So we'll be able to see those two reactions side by side. So you can see this one's still happening pretty slowly. It's like slowly oozing out. Hopefully, since this one's twice as concentrated, we'll be able to get that happen to happen a little bit more quickly. Okay. So here we go. Potassium, one tablespoon of potassium iodide, 60 milliliters of 6% hydrogen peroxide solution. So again, not quite as quick as I thought it was going to be happening. Here we go. Here we go. Now it's oozing. Oh. We got some spillover now, guys. So it's definitely like oozing and all that. So the reaction's definitely quickening. It's going a little bit faster now. Oh, that looks fun. Both of the reactions are still happening. Okay, so zooming back out, kind of reassessing what we have all over here. We've got 3% hydrogen peroxide that has active yeast in it. We have the 6% or 3% solution that had the potassium iodide, 6% solution that had the potassium iodide. And then our last one that we're going to be doing in an Erlenmeyer flask is going to be our 12% solution. So I think red is the only color of food coloring I haven't used left. So this is our fully concentrated 12% solution. Got our fully concentrated 12% solution. I have my full tablespoon of potassium iodine. I'm going to put this here. And we're going to let it happen. So this one's definitely reacting a little bit quicker. There we go. It's doing its bubbling. It's getting fizzy. It's also getting very warm to the touch. This is a very exothermic reaction. Oh, I forgot the bubbles. That's why it's not going up. Forgot the dish soap, guys. That's why it's just reacting. There we go. Now it's going to bubble. Well, that one didn't go quite as planned. So I think what we really need to do, we'll let that do its thing. But in the meantime, I have a setup back here. I have a setup that you can probably see here. And this is just a piece of PVC pipe. And so I figured what we would do is we would try to take the amount of space that it has to react and concentrate that so that reaction to go a little bit more vertically. Okay. And so I have in this graduated cylinder 60 milliliters of hydrogen peroxide. So I'm going to pour that in here. And so that I don't forget, I'm going to put the soap in right now. So we got a glug of soap in there. We'll give it a good mix. Okay. And then I'm going to put some blue food coloring on that side and some red food coloring on the other side. And we're going to see if we can get it to actually look like toothpaste, like with stripes in it. That's where the name of this demonstration originally came from. Because like toothpaste has like the different stripes of colors and all that. So we've got that. We have the potassium iodide that I have left. And I'm going to move back my other stuff just in case. Because I have a feeling of all of these, this is the one that could make the most mess. I got my teaspoon. I don't think we forgot any ingredients this time. And make sure everything's all the way zoomed back so that we can get as much. Let's try to go up a little bit. Yes. Okay. I'm going to dump it and get back. and we'll see. Oh no. Is it leaking? Maybe it's just happening slower than I thought. We're gonna have to give it a second. Pour some hydrogen peroxide in there in case it needs some more. I should have tried this beforehand, guys. Live science. Doesn't always work exactly the way we think. Oh, it's starting to come up. I don't know if it's going to quite explode the way that I was thinking it would, but we'll get in and zoom in there so you can see.
It's two different colors. See this side. Someone's turning around so they can see the colors.
There we go. So we got the toothpaste effect. It didn't quite shoot out like Mentos and Coke style like I was kind of thinking it would, but we did get it to look like toothpaste. So there we go. We'll just let it keep going. It's definitely got the like toothpaste stripes going on. And I have a feeling this will do its thing for a little while. So we're going to zoom in a little bit more. We'll let it keep going and then okay, so I know you guys hear me talking to someone, so I'm going to introduce my niece Kendra to you, so that you don't have like a mystery person behind the camera. You can come back here with us. We'll both squat back here. Oh, and both of our heads are cut off. So this is my niece Kendra. She's been helping me with the camera work for the past few weeks. Maybe next time we'll get her, and she'll be the person teaching you science, and I'll be behind the camera. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, that's who we got. So, sorry that we had tech difficulties again for like the 15th time. Maybe not. I think that was the 3rd time I messed up the stream. So maybe I just won't schedule it next time and I'll make sure I do it right away. But thank you guys for tuning in again. Check back next week for another science demonstration. And then 2 weeks from now, our last week of school, for those of you that are in my class or maybe go to the same school, we are going to do a make your own ice cream demonstration explosion, and you guys can make your own ice cream with me along, and we'll have our annual ice cream making that we can't do at school, so we can do here on YouTube. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next Tuesday for Sully Teaches Science. Bye, guys.
Wrong side.